You're thousands of miles from home. You open a video call app and there it is, the familiar face of your pet. You call its name. The cat cocks its head, maybe approaches the screen, even tries to touch your image with a paw. In that moment, your heart melts. But what is really happening inside its head? Does it see you, its person, in that glowing rectangle? Or is it just a collection of meaningless lights and sounds? The answer is far more complex and touching than a simple yes or no. First, we must understand, a cat does not see the screen as we do. The human eye perceives motion as smooth at a frequency of about 60 hertz. Most of our screens operate at this frequency, or higher, but a cat's eye is a predator's tool, tuned to detect the slightest, fastest movement. Their flicker fusion frequency is much higher, up to 100 hertz. This means that many screens that look smooth to us may be a strobe light to a cat, a series of rapidly changing, flickering pictures. It's a restless, jerky sight, not a clear window into another world. Furthermore, cats are dichromats. Their world is painted mainly in shades of blue, yellow, and gray. They don't see reds and greens as we do. Your face on the screen looks different to them, with a distorted palette. And another important aspect is focus. Cats are naturally far-sighted. They have difficulty focusing on objects closer than 30 centimeters. The phone screen you're holding is in their blur zone. They see a colored blur that is twitching and flickering. It's not the best portrait. Now let's talk about sound. A cat's ear is a marvel of acoustic engineering, capable of detecting ultrasound up to 65,000 hertz, far beyond our modest 20,000. And what is the sound from a phone speaker? It's a compressed, clipped audio signal. It loses most of its harmonics and overtones. To a cat, your voice, having passed through digital compression, sounds flat, robotic, and strange. It lacks the unique tonal quality they know. They don't hear you, but rather a strange, lifeless echo of your voice. Let's assume the image flickers and the sound is distorted. But can the feline brain even assemble these poor signals and understand, that's my human? Here we enter the realm of cognitive psychology. The key difference between a cat and us is the degree of reliance on abstract thought. We humans easily recognize two-dimensional images. We see a photograph of an apple and understand it's a symbol for a real apple. For a cat, this connection is not so obvious. Its world is one of volumes, textures, and most importantly, sense. Scientists have conducted recognition experiments. In a 2012 study published in Animal Cognition, cats were shown images of faces, their owners, and a stranger's. The cats did spend more time looking at their owner's face, but only when they heard their owner's familiar voice. However, when the voice was unfamiliar, they showed no clear preference. This suggests they can associate a voice with an image, but a flat, static face means little to them on its own. There is a popular misconception that cats are not smart enough to understand a television or screen. This is incorrect. They aren't dumber. Their brains are just calibrated differently. They are specialists in surviving in a three-dimensional world. Studies show that cats possess object permanence. They understand that an object that disappears from view continues to exist. That's why they will wait for hours by a mouse hole. But a screen is different. It's an object that shows something that is not physically in the room. This is cognitive dissonance. But the main identification mechanism, completely absent from a video call, is scent. For a cat, the answer to the question, "Who are you?" is 90% olfactory information. They have up to 200 million scent receptors in their noses, compared to our paltry 6 million. But that's not all. Cats have a second hidden olfactory organ, the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ. It is located on the roof of the mouth, behind the front teeth. You've probably seen a cat sometimes open its mouth slightly, wrinkle its nose, and freeze with a strange expression. This is called the Flamen response. At this moment, it's not just sniffing, it's literally tasting the scent, drawing air up to this specialized organ. The Jacobson's organ analyzes pheromones chemical signals that carry complex information, gender, status, mood, and of course, the unique signature of its human. Your scent to them is your passport, your biography, and your emotional state, all in one. Imagine you are looking at a perfect photorealistic wax figure of a loved one. It looks like them, but it is cold, motionless, and has no smell. It would give you an eerie feeling known as the uncanny valley. For a cat, a video call is something similar. It hears a distorted voice, sees a flickering blotch that looks like its owner, but the primary channel of identification scent is completely missing. It's like receiving a letter with no return address and no signature. The brain is confused. Let's look at this from an evolutionary perspective. Our relationship with cats dates back thousands of years. Archaeological finds in Cyprus, dating back 9,500 years, show cats were buried alongside humans, indicating a deep bond. But this bond was always physical. It was built on touch, on warmth, on shared presence in the same space. The cat evolved alongside us, learning to read our body language and share our homes. Moreover, scientists like Karen McComb from the University of Sussex discovered that cats have developed a special, adaptive meow intended exclusively for communication with humans. In the wild, adult cats rarely meow to each other. They use hisses, growls, and body language. But for us, they invented this sound because it effectively gets our attention. It's a vocal signal honed over millennia of cohabitation. And now, in the 21st century, we offer them this ancient, physically based bond in a digital format. A video call is an anomaly that evolution did not prepare them for. It provides only 2 truncated channels, sound and sight, out of 5. It breaks the 1,000-year-old contract of presence. Therefore, when your cat looks at the screen in confusion, it is not stupid. It is simply a creature from the real analog world being asked to believe in a digital illusion. It's a touching example of a clash between ancient biology and modern technology. How then do we decipher their reaction? When a cat hears your voice from the speaker and tilts its head, this is a classic searching sign. It's trying to pinpoint the source of the sound. Its radar-like ears rotate, trying to lock onto your physical location. It hears the voice here, at the phone, but doesn't smell you here. This causes a cognitive glitch. It searches the room for you, sniffs the phone itself, trying to find the missing piece of the puzzle. The critical mistake we make is anthropomorphism, or ascribing human motives to them. We want to believe they miss us and recognize us on the screen. Some particularly smart or young cats might learn to associate the screen with your attention, but most of the time, we misinterpret their interest. A cat might attack the screen not because it recognized you, but because its predatory instinct reacted to the sharp movement of the flickering blotch. It doesn't see you, it sees a digital mouse. If you want to make contact, try using their language. Instead of calling loudly, use a calm, familiar tone. And if the cat is looking at the screen, try a slow blink. In the feline world, a direct fixed stare is a threat, while a slow blink is a sign of trust and affection, a kitty kiss. If the cat sees your face on the screen slowly closing its eyes, this may be a more understandable signal than all your words, distorted by the speaker. So, how can we make this strange digital experience more positive for your pet? The old harmful method is to insistently shove the phone in the cat's face and loudly shout its name, demanding attention. This only causes stress. The cat doesn't understand why you are yelling and why this flat object smells and sounds so strange. This reinforces a negative association with the device. Instead, here are 3 tips. First, context matters. Ask the person at home to initiate the call when the cat is relaxed. On your end, try to have your face well lit and be in a room the cat might associate with you, like your bedroom, not a noisy street. Second, use a familiar tone. Don't raise your voice. Speak to it just as you do when you are petting it. Use its name and those keywords it knows. Third, add positive reinforcement. Ask the person at home to give the cat a treat immediately after it hears your voice from the phone. This creates a clear positive association. This strange sound from the box means something pleasant. The algorithm is simple. Start the call in a calm environment, speak softly and familiarly, and follow immediately with a reward. Don't force it to look at the screen. Just let it hear your voice. So, does your cat recognize you on the screen? The answer is, it recognizes a part of you, but it misses the whole. It might recognize the intonations of your voice, but it's confused by the flickering image and, most importantly, the complete absence of your unique, familiar scent. It doesn't see a window to you. It sees a confusing puzzle, a familiar voice from a soulless object. How do your pets react to technology? What is the strangest or smartest thing your cat has done when it saw you on a screen or heard your voice on the phone? Share your stories in the comments. We are incredibly curious. And of course, subscribe to the channel to better understand those we love. And in the next episode, we will explore your cat's quietest but most powerful superpower, the one that allows it to navigate in complete darkness without even using its eyes. It's a sense you may not even know existed,